Are you underestimated? Do you
Percent.
feel like that? Do you get that?
Absolutely.
You walk around like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show that.
I don't think I walk around and I say I'm going to show them, but I walk around confidently proud
Yeah.
because I know what that looks like and I've been underestimated my whole life.
Yeah.
Because when you are a pretty girl,
Yeah.
already it comes with it. Because people will look at you and be like, oh, she's just another pretty girl.
Right.
Probably dumb and stupid. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Stereotypes are real.
Yeah.
And it's really unfair. You know what I mean? That's why for me, it's like when I meet people, I completely am open to just who you are.
Yeah.
And then I make the decision of what that looks like moving forward because it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are some people that you meet that are real gems out here. Some people who are less than the 1%.
Yeah. Do you think money, I'm not talking about like little money, like
Yeah.
100 million, 200 million.
Okay.
Do you think that people change or do you think that it just reveals who they are?
I think both. I think two things can be true. Some people do change and some people have always been that way.
Yeah.
You know, I think some people don't have the proper tools and skill sets to navigate what that looks like when 100 million is sitting in that bank account. Let's go.
Damn. All right. Welcome to Less Than 1%. No introduction because this is kind of a part two. I'd say this is a part two. April felt so bad for me. She felt so bad. She was like, you know, I'm gonna come back on. So this is Apryl Jones. I'm not even gonna introduce you.
First of all, let me just say thank you for having me back.
Okay.
Second of all, it's always been amazing energy with Mood. That is just hands down what it is. And I really did actually feel bad for him because I was like, I know you missed my energy on your show. Like, we need me, you know?
Yeah. She watched some of the episodes. She was like, oh.
I was like, gosh, what a great
oh
story.
darn.
She's amazing. I love
You know,
her.
I think your superpower is humility.
Oh, thanks.
I think it's humility.
Thank you.
All right, so we got to go back. So I watched the entire last show 18 times, and I gave myself like a B minus. You got it. Well, you know,
You did great.
I was good, but you started asking me questions, which was super weird.
You know how we started off that interview? He said, "Ask me questions."
I know.
Sorry, I just had to tell the truth.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to go back to this
Okay.
superpower, this mirror reflector.
Okay.
Like, I think I surprised you with the question. But now that you reflect on being a mirror reflector,
Yeah.
is that still your superpower? Because I think you might have a few others.
I mean, mirror reflectors showing somebody themselves in ways that they don't see. My other superpower is, I don't know, I'm a light. Like, I really believe that there is light and dark in this world. I think my superpower is that I show up and my purpose is to like make people's lives a bit brighter, bring a little bit more joy, offer a different perspective, truth, even if it hurts, like those sorts of things. I think that is really, truly a superpower.
Something I thought about, though, and tell me if I'm wrong,
Okay.
in respect to that, both of those things,
Okay.
is that I keep thinking like your superpower is real.
Yeah.
It's actually just, which is, but that's not
Authentic.
being authentic, being
Yeah.
who you are. Because I don't think that's, I mean, I'm myself now, which causes me a lot of problems. but
I've always been in trouble since I was a kid. It's not a lie.
no, I was.
Being
You just
real.
brought me back. But being
real.
yourself, being authentic, and not just authentic like, hey, you know, I am what I am, but it's also like coming, you know, presenting yourself in a way where everybody knows exactly who you are.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, because I'm going back through the whole story in my mind. So we both have a connection in Cincinnati.
Yes, we
Now,
do.
when were you? I mean, when did you? You're not there now. You're not in Cincinnati now.
Not in Cincinnati now,
No.
in Los Angeles. So Cincinnati, so Army brat, born in Germany, and then moved to Chicago for 1 year. We lived on the Fort Sheridan base, and then moved to Cincinnati when I was like 6 to 11 years old. Now I moved there to live with my grandmother because my mom couldn't take care of all 4 kids. I'm the baby of 4. My mom couldn't take care of all 4 kids when we were growing up because my dad got incarcerated. So I lived with my grandmother. She helped raise me and my sister that is 3.5 years older than me. And she kept the 2 oldest in Chicago with her, and we lived with my grandmother in Cincinnati.
And what age were you when that
6
happened?
to 11.
Was that hard to I mean,
Absolutely.
that's split family.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is all of my siblings, we all suffer from that, but
Yeah.
very differently.
Yeah.
Because we're all, again, 3.5 years apart. So my oldest sister is 10 years from me. My brother, we have the same birthday. He's 7 years from me. And then my sister is 3.5. Our experiences were different because I'm
Right.
the baby. So a lot I don't recall as far as like the way that they recall it. I suffered more just from the abandonment of like, where's my parents?
Yeah.
Why are you leaving me here? Why are you not coming back? But no one explained anything to me. So I kind of grew up with this whole idea of like living in not truth
Wow.
and having to, and I think that's why I've become so, I'm so adamant about just tell me who you are, just be, I'd
Right,
rather
right,
that than be
right.
a person that's lied to because it's been my whole life
Right.
growing up.
So do you think, when did you realize that? I mean, you're going through, like when did you look back and say, oh, I'm like that because of that?
Oh, I think when I was maybe like my beginning 20s,
Okay.
where
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I mean, I think I've always felt that, but understanding it, maybe my 20s, where I'm like, I need to know who I am. I need to really, truly just like have the people around me that are going to be honest with me. Like, I
Yeah.
can't operate from another space. It
Yeah.
doesn't work for my life,
Yeah.
you know? I already have, growing up, the trust issues. And then, like I said, the abandonment and being like, whoa, who is for me, who's not? Because you grow up, your parents are supposed to be the first examples of
Yeah.
like what love looks like and, all of that. And although my mom and my dad do have and have had love for me, they just showed it differently.
Right.
And what that
Right.
looks like. But my mom, I know she did everything that she could through
Yeah.
that transition of her life, which I didn't understand when I was growing up because, I mean, I was just a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I was fortunate both parents are there, but it's
Yeah.
almost like
What was that like?
my parents,
Look.
no, but the thing is my parents were different. They're different now than they were then. Like like, because my mom was sort of like the steady,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad is, like he was. We had a rough relate. We got that. I got that testosterone kick. We were fighting all the time and all that stuff. But now he's like,
Your best
he's
friend?
just he's just like he's such a good, I'm like, what happened? Like,
Life
we
changed.
gotta do your testosterone now, because I'm like, you're you're just like this nice, And then my mom, I think, my mom is actually helping my sister raise her kids.
Yeah.
And so, she's 81, I think, like
Wow.
last week, and she's
Wow.
in that grind. I mean, she's taking care of 2 young kids, helping my sister do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I was going to say real quick, I think another superpower that just popped in my head
yeah.
is walking away. I have no problem with
Mm.
walking away from
So-
anything that does not serve me.
So you're confident enough in yourself and who you are. You're like, this
Yeah.
doesn't work. I'm out.
Correct.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, for others.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to do, but I think that that's what the boundaries, and think when people talk about boundaries, it's like, no, I have them set in place.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to operate like I love you enough to really, truly walk away.
Yeah. Do you feel like people look to you to elevate themselves? Do you feel like people are like, I want to be your friend, or I want to work with you, and it's nothing to do with you, the person? Is it more to do with what they can benefit?
I'm sure, but I think then when I open my mouth and people get to know me, they're like, wow, this girl is different. Like we saw the outside, but when she actually speaks, I think people really do value what I have to
Yeah.
say. So I'll have friends that'll call me like, hey, I know that you have a vision about this. Can you call me back? I just want to know what your thought is about this, or like what you really think about that. So I pride myself on the way that I do think, because I don't think in a box.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
I do have visions for certain things. So yes, while people may see me and have that initial thought, I think it gets deeper as they speak to me.
Are you underestimated? Do you
100%.
feel like that? Do you get that?
Absolutely.
Do you
And
walk
I
around?
laugh about it.
You walk around like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show that.
I don't think I walk around and I say I'm going to show them, but I walk around confidently proud
Yeah.
because I know what that looks like, and I've been underestimated my whole life.
Yeah.
Because when you are a pretty girl,
Yeah.
already it comes with its,
Yeah.
disadvantages, right? Because people will look at you and be like, oh, she's just another pretty girl,
Right.
probably dumb and stupid. And it's like, okay, like I'm really not though.
Right.
And then, like I said, when I'm given the opportunity to talk, or someone gives me a little bit of their time,
Yeah.
just give me that little bit of time, I can get my foot in the door.
So we talked about that. I think
Yeah.
you're just on that journey, right? Of,
Yeah.
public speaking, being out there. So we talked about my problem is anger.
Yeah.
I went to the iHeart. I went to the iHeart award show.
Okay.
In at South by Southwest,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm watching all these people get awards for their podcasts, and I'm just getting angry, angry. And so you just listen to what you're saying. I don't know. It's funny. Perception is a weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ugly, you get perceived a certain way. Like, no,
No.
I'm just saying. I'm playing. But if you're pretty or good looking or whatever, you're perceived. It's almost like you lose no matter what. Like people already make up their mind based on what they see. Yeah.
Stereotypes are real.
Yeah.
And it's really unfair. You know what I mean? That's why for me, it's like when I meet people, I completely am open to just who you are.
Yeah.
And then I make the decision of what that looks like moving forward, because it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And, there are some people that you meet that are real gems out here. Some people who are less than the 1%.
Yeah.
And you would be doing yourself a disservice, right? If you didn't give them the opportunity to speak or giving them a platform. So thank you for giving me a platform, because, people just want me to just be quiet. I don't know why. I think I say really nice things. I'm a really nice person. So thanks, Moo.
Okay. You're my friend. And I'm just going to let you know that I don't think quiet, I don't want to offend, but I don't think quiet is that.
Careful, Moo.
Yeah. No. I'm treading lightly. Because
Okay.
I'm working on part 3 right now. So
Okay.
I'm treading lightly so I can say what I want to say then. But
Okay.
quiet is not your thing.
Okay.
What do you think?
Mm-mm.
Are there situations where you hold back and don't say what you want to say?
Melissa, what
Right
you
now?
think? Melissa said no. No, I say for the most part what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know how to say it nicely.
Yeah.
I think I'm not crazily obnoxious. I could be obnoxious, but
Yeah. Do you think that that's a progression?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've grown.
Were there times where you just...
Did you see me back in the day? Listen, I've come a long way. Progression, yes.
Okay. I need to know, because I haven't experienced that young lady.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
I want to know.
Okay.
You don't have to give me examples.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is it where the statute ran out or whatever.
Okay.
But what was that young lady like?
Oh, a ruckus. Like I didn't have a filter. I didn't have a filter at all.
Wow.
If I just wanted to say something based on how I felt, it would come out. It didn't matter what it was. Now I think about it and then I say it. So it's, not about what you say, it's about how you say it. I'm learning that whole thing.
So you're still authentic in both situations, just at one.
One is just a little bit more softer to take in and digest for people, because most people can't handle the other side.
Okay.
And then I become crazy and I become, oh, she's obnoxious or she's wild. But if I can compose myself, if I can sit up and speak like this and say my truth, then I'm received. I'm received differently.
Right.
But I actually like those, the other side of me too. I think that, it's all a part of life. That part, yes, is still sometimes me when I'm comfortable around the people I'm comfortable around. That part comes,
But see, I feel like, and I don't know if you go through this too, that takes energy. So I'm an introvert, extrovert.
Yeah, but we talked about same.
Yeah, right. And so I think part of the extrovert time, if I'm with people who I can really be myself, it's actually not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're having to hold back constantly, is that tiring?
Yeah, but I don't hold back.
Okay, so now you don't hold back.
No,
but you
it's
just
not.
reframe.
Yeah, it's not like holding back. It's just about choosing the right wording. So I don't hold back. I'm just being a little bit more poised in the way that I communicate and being more mature in how I express myself, as opposed to coming on here being like, yeah, mother, you know what I mean? But when you get with your friends, you sometimes talk like that. You know what I mean? I'm on it, podcast.
Yeah. Right. So you got
it.
Is it possible to get an example of the younger?
Yeah, so for example, like if because people would say like if I go on my lives,
Yeah,
right? If I
yeah.
was on my lives, I'm very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like I like to antagonize
Yeah,
people because I
yeah.
feel like I don't know you anyway and you
Right,
think
right,
you know
right.
me, so okay, I'm gonna one up you on this live.
Right.
So people would be like, "Oh, so if I was affiliated or associated with anybody next to any man, I've slept with them." It's the notion that I have been intimately sexually involved with
right.
someone because I stand next to them as
Right.
the opposite sex. She's a pretty girl. There's no way they cannot.
Right.
I have a lot of friends in this entertainment industry that I've never touched. Right.
Right.
So I remember one live, I was like, "Oh yes, I've done it to him, and yes, I've had sex with this person. And yes, yes."
Oh, so you were just playing into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that, of course, went viral.
Right.
Which I knew it was going to, but it's like I don't care. Like so it was those moments. When I look back on, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have done that. But then a part of me is like, kind of glad that I did, though.
I think though yeah, it's hard. I think there's a freedom. I was talking about this with somebody else earlier this week.
Yeah.
About freedom, and we were talking about actually she's laughing because she's thinking about the time. Do you think money? And I'm not talking about like little money, like 100 million, 200 million.
Okay.
Like like real like J and Bay money.
Okay.
Do you think that people change, or do you think that it just reveals who they are?
I think both. I think two things can be true.
Okay.
Both of what you said can be both true. Some people do change, and some people have always been that way.
Yeah.
I think some people don't have the proper tools and skill sets to navigate what that looks like when 100 million is sitting in that bank account. And they're like, "Oh, balls to the wall. I'm getting them chains. I'm getting, like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?" And there's some people
Yeah.
that's like, "I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I don't give a damn how I'm going to get there.
Right.
But I'm going to get there." And then they get it, and they still a-holes.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of, I know a
You
lot
know
of
what I
people.
mean?
Yeah, we've had people here that have been
Yeah.
very, very wealthy, but they act like they don't have anything.
Yeah.
And then you have people that may not be, that act like they have everything.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because
interesting.
it's that. Oh boy, it's just not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
You either know who you are or you don't.
Are you proud that you grew up in Cincinnati? Are you when you look back at that time, and I'll frame it. I look back at my time where, and we talked a little bit about that last time, but I have other demons.
Okay.
And that's why
Those
I
are.
100% vibe with you, because
Mhm.
I have some bad demons. I'm like, I'm glad. Like, what year was that? Like, am I gonna get charged with that? Like,
Okay.
no, like legit.
Dang, Moo. I love how honest you are.
Oh no, for real. Like I was terrible.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I was angry.
Me
I was
too.
fighting all the time. My mom sent me to the school, the academic school, when I wanted to go play ball with my boys. And I was, only black kid in the school. Well, no, there's like 5 of us, and we're all in the freshman class, and there were a few upperclassmen, and I fought every day.
Dang.
I fought every day. But the second day of class, somebody stood over me and spit in my hair.
Oh, you beat the brakes.
It was I didn't like
You used to have hair, Moo? Dang, Moo
Okay,
had hair.
That's
You want
this
me- you want me-
podcast is over.
No, the advice is bad.
He's about to walk.
I gotta
out.
give the hair. I gotta give the hair story though. I gotta give the hair story.
Well, please tell me what kind it
No,
was.
I shaved all through high school because I wanted to be like MJ,
Okay.
right? And then in college, I actually had dreads. I was dreaded out.
Okay.
I Rastafari,
Wow.
Jamaican. You know what I mean? And then so then I was applying to medical school.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I got to get this fade. I can't be going to these interviews like this. And then probably like, I remember I was already practicing emergency medicine, probably in my 30s. And I'm like, I'm going to grow it out again. And I go to the barber and I said, hey, we're going to space this out. I'm trying to grow it out again.
Right.
And he's looking down at me and he's like, nah, dude, you're not going to grow it out again. Like, no, that's.
It
And
was
so
pretty much gone in the middle?
no, it's starting to thin.
Okay.
So then I'm like, I'm not letting this happen. I'm not sticking on anything.
Yeah, so you just
I'm not
took it
doing that.
off.
Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna take ownership of it. So I don't even know. I've probably been shaving like this for
Your whole life.
maybe, since the dreads, so 25 years. So I don't know what it looks like.
Well, it's a
if I do
nice
it.
shiny head. You know what I mean? It's a nice bald head. Some people can't pull that off. I
At
know
least
if
you
I
have the
shave
head
my
for it,
head,
yeah.
I got lumps and stuff. I wouldn't look
got-
proper. I wouldn't look proper. But real quick, to go on a real note, to go back to the Cincinnati question, I am glad that I was raised in Cincinnati.
Oh,
I am glad that I
Now
moved with my grandmother.
you're making me sweat now. It's shinier. It went from shiny to shinier.
I am
Oh,
glad
that's hilarious.
that I was raised out there, that my grandmother poured love into me.
Yeah.
And God knew what I needed, you know?
Yeah.
He really did. Like, I don't think my mom would have been the proper place to really
This is-
pour into that many kids at that time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was given a lot of love in that course of 5 to 6 years.
Yeah. Cincinnati, though, wasn't the best place.
Oh, it was hood. I'm from Lincoln Heights. Anybody
Yeah.
that's Lincoln Heights, Zone 15.
Yeah.
That is, the Valley homes were
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Projects.
We used to live in Over the Rhine, but like right next to the medical school. And that was interesting.
Wait, what is that? Is by Woodlawn?
That is like so you know where Corryville is, right? Do you remember Corryville? It was right by the university.
Maybe I feel like that's over by Woodlawn.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
it's
not there.
like I'm trying to remember some of the streets.
Huh.
But I used to coach, like, so in medical school, I would coach at the rec center.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Kenny Poe, man. Kenny Poe was this kid. And you talk about allergies. You mentioned allergies earlier. Kenny Poe nose was running all the time, and he was wheezing. He had bad asthma. I'm like, and I'm going to medical school. I'm learning about these kids that are, we call it atopic.
Yeah.
Like, he was everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I would coach, and Kenny Poe was so talented. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drop Kenny Poe home. So I'm like, okay, Kenny, where you live? So I drop him off, and I drop him off in the neighborhood. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, all right, I'm good. He's 10.
Oh.
I'm like, Kenny, we're gonna. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, well, at least let us take you to your door, so your mom
Yeah.
can get. So that's why your story resonated when you said that
Yeah.
you're raised it. So he's like, no, my mom ain't home. I said, Kenny, where's your mom?
Yeah.
At the club.
He-
I'm like, and this was like 5 in the evening. Like we had practice at like 3:30.
Oh, the club.
Yeah, so now I'm like, okay, I got to keep Kenny until mom gets home from the club. That's my mindset. But he's taking care of himself. He's 10. So I said, Kenny, what you going to eat? He said, steak. So
Where?
that's what I said. He said,
Salisbury?
I don't
TV
know.
dinners?
He said he was going to go home and cook him some steak and go to and then do his homework and go to sleep.
Well, there ain't no way that little 10-year-old boy was making nobody stay.
He showed up every day. I picked him up like almost every day. He showed up every day to practice. He never looked the shovel. I'm like,
Did
where's
he look like what he had been through?
I think that he looked like he was fending for himself.
Kenny was less than 1%.
Kenny was I wish, Kenny, if you're out there, man, those kids, I loved them, but that's rough. That's rough. Like I feel spoiled and privileged the way I come up. Consider I came up and what Kenny had to go through. But Cincinnati, I feel like Cincinnati is also a tale of two cities, right? Because you had people that had it rough, and then you had people that, that Hyde Park and people that had a lot of money. And I felt like those lines were never long. There was like one street over.
Yeah.
And you would have somebody that was struggling,
Yeah. Yeah.
So you left Cincinnati.
I left Cincinnati when I was 11. My mom, so the two oldest,
Yeah.
graduated, and she was like, I want my kids back. And
Okay.
so we came back.
Okay.
And that was rough because at that point, I was already through my developmental years. I was like, my mom is my grandmother. I don't want to leave. My life felt like, for the first time, I knew who I was at that moment. And then now I was being ripped away from that.
Oh,
So it was really hard to be 5 years old, and then you're like begging for your mom every time. And mind you, my mom would come for the holidays, but
Right.
she comes and then she leaves, and I'm that little girl looking out the window like, what's happening? Why is my mom going? And that's difficult when no one's saying, well, your dad is this, or this is what's happening. No one talked to me about it. So you're navigating that as a 5, 6-year-old, and then you become 11, and it's like, ooh, I got some level of stability now.
Right.
I've kind of planted my feet. In the moment that I'm planting my feet, here you are to rip me apart from this again. So that was where, for me, my relationship with my mom was like, I was resenting her because I'm like, why? You're selfish. You coming back to get me, but like you're not thinking about what like my life is now. But she wanted me because she gave us up for the betterment of our, So it was just like the irony of all of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand until I got older and had my own kids. And I'm like, wow, my mom is really my mom, by the way, is my best friend. I talk to my mom. I just talked to her yesterday. But I talk to my mom every day. I adore my mother. I think my mom
awesome.
is an exceptional human being. For her to be the only one in the United States of America outside of her whole family to have 4 children that she did the best that she could do, she is less than 1%.
Yeah.
And I get that from my mom. I am my mom's little girl and will always be, and I will root for that woman to the day she is off this earth, and so am I. That woman is an incredible, incredible human. And I can only imagine what she went through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like be doing all of this alone and still manage to keep us alive, living, and well.
And I think it's great that you got to that point, but I think a lot of people hold things against their parents.
Yeah.
But they're doing the best. I mean, I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fully. I try to do the best I can, but when we look back at what they did, they really were doing the best. They did things we didn't understand it, and maybe they could have learned to explain it differently. It was a different time then.
Yeah, we can't hold
my
on
parents
to grudges.
wasn't explaining nothing to me. It's like
Right.
I'm doing it. This is what's happening. Deal with it.
Right. But you get, to choose as you get older.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to live in blaming your parents for the rest of your life, that your life didn't pan out. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole part of loving, is like loving without the condition and really truly having a level of understanding and forgiveness for people who don't always know how to show up for you. And it doesn't mean, guys, that like you have to deal with anybody's crap. You can love them from a distance as well, but still loving them.
Does that change? Did that experience change you as a parent? You talked about being a parent now.
Absolutely.
What did it change about your view on
everything? I am open as hell.
You tell them everything.
Everything I can think of. We will sit and we will talk and we will hash it out.
Right.
I don't want my kids feeling like they cannot come and speak to me. If anything, I want my kids to grow up saying, well, my mom had that conversation with me first. My mom did speak to me about this. There were some harsh truths, things. I just had a really hard conversation with my son the other day. And I said, look, things are going to get real. And you're getting older. You're becoming a man. I need you to know how to show up for women. I need you to know how to, be the example, because you are the man in my house. And so how things happen at your dad's house looks one way, but how they happen in my home, it looks a different way. But you've got to know that. And it sucks, right? Because he has to experience the separation, but I am no man. I'm playing the part of that in my household,
Right.
so I need him to show up differently. And so I had to have that conversation like, son, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he likes girls and stuff. And I'm like, oh, boy. And he's like, I said, you got to talk to me about that stuff. So now he came to me and said, Mom, do you mind if I go play at Sky Zone with my friend? I said, oh, man.
Which friend? Which friend?
Yeah, little girl. I said, he said, I'm going to give you her mama number. I said,
Okay.
oh, man.
Okay.
Okay. So he gave me the mom's number. Me and the mom have been talking. And, he got in trouble. So he didn't get to go to Sky Zone. But he will, get to hang out. But it's those sorts of things where I feel like I'm allowing my kids to be honest and feel seen and heard. Yeah.
Is his birthday the March birthday? You have one that's
my daughter just turned March 7th.
March 7th, yeah.
And he's August 7th.
Okay.
He's
yeah.
11. So 10 and 11 right now.
Okay.
And he'll be 12 in August.
All right. So what we talked about this last time a little bit, what your hopes were for them, what they were into. Has that changed? Are they?
My hopes are that they just be whoever it is that they want to be. And that's going to change. That's not going to stay the same. We've had, we were kids.
Yeah.
I think my profession changed at least 30 times in my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know that like whatever it is that they want to do, I want to be in support of that. I just want them to explore and really figure out what that looks like, and just know that they have someone that's behind them fully.
So if you look back throughout your life, there are all these people that change your trajectory. Could be one small thing for them, but it's a big thing for you. So who's that person for you, though? Or who are those people?
That have changed mine?
That have changed your life, or your angels, people that have come in and said.
My grandmother, my best friend who was killed in a terrible car accident. So I lost my best friend, Elisha, and my grandmother within a 3-month span. Those were the two closest people to me. So those two, my mom, I think even my dad. I think in my dad's death, he has really shown up more than he actually has present.
Tell me about that.
I think just in his death, I think I just chose to just not drink. I'm my best version of myself. I think it forced me to have to just like see myself differently and grow up. It forced me to do the work,
Yeah.
which was he was no longer here, and all the trauma that I suffered from was really like, oh, what that relationship did to me in my life.
Yeah.
And having to sort through that and have a really level of like a true level of forgiveness for him, for myself, for what he caused, and all of these things. And I love my dad. He's not here flesh, but his spirit still lives on.
Yeah.
And I can feel him around me, and I am of him. I came out of his ball sack. See, those are things that you say loudly, that I'm no filter. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
lived in there,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
and then I shot into my mom's egg. You know what I'm saying? So he still lives. I
Right.
still am.
Right.
One with him.
You can't deny him.
So he still shows up.
Yes.
I mean, I'm here.
Right.
He's here. So
Right.
yeah.
So you
She wasn't
I need
lying.
to stop.
She wasn't lying.
about what?
She will say anything.
I feel.
I quit. But you know what I mean? It's true.
Listen, I think that. See, I think that that's a superpower. I think that.
I
I think that.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like
Thank you.
you flew from Dallas. I mean, from LA to Dallas,
Yeah.
right? To come here
Mhm.
to hang out with us, which
Yeah.
I'm so appreciative.
Me too.
You know,
Hmm.
but to come and then not say what you want to say,
Yeah.
I think is crazy.
No, I'm always gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah, I
There's
mean
a
that's
freedom in being free.
yeah. Just be.
I have to
I
be.
love it. I love it.
I don't want to be restricted. I'm not
love
here
it.
to please people.
Yeah.
I'm here to please myself.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, I love you, but I love me more. And I will always love me more. Outside of my kids, I say nicely, you can go to hell. Nicely.
I
Like,
didn't say that nice.
I'm sorry, but I love me.
Yeah.
I put a lot of work
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
time into realizing, like, no, we're all humans. We are not perfect beings. Like,
Right.
what are we gonna do? We have not a limited time on earth.
Yeah,
I want to
limited time.
explore this fully,
Yeah.
and I want to be in my full truth, because tomorrow is not promised, right?
Yeah.
Talking about 100 years. Some people got 30. Some people got 50. We don't know what that time looks like.
Yeah.
So good, bad, ugly, indifferent. I don't really care what anyone has to say about me. I'm experiencing life. My mistakes are what's gonna catapult me to being the best version of myself. I truly believe you cannot grow if you don't have bad things that happen to you in your life.
Right. Actually, you can tell the people who don't have bad things happen.
Exactly.
Because they act a totally different way.
100%.
Okay, so speaking of
Yeah.
others and being true, we do a thing.
Okay.
I hope you're okay with it.
I'm always gonna be okay.
Okay, so we have you call somebody,
Okay.
and I ask them a question.
Okay.
So let's call. Let's call. All right. So usually just introduce yourself. Let them know you're on the podcast and introduce them to me, and then I'll ask the question.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Mom. So you're connected to this device where I'm on this podcast, but the interviewer wants to ask you a question. His name is Moo.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, sorry to bother you. I know. Thanks for your time. By the way, you have an amazing daughter. So I just want
Oh,
to let you
thank
know
you.
that. And I want to ask you a question. We asked her a question here in the studio, and we want to ask you the same question and see how you respond. Is that okay?
Okay. I'm kind of half asleep, but it's okay.
Okay. Well, what would you say? What would you say April's superpower is?
Superpower. She's very loving. She's very smart. She's very independent. Believe in God.
Wow.
Should I just pick one or something?
Yeah. We just want to hear what you think her superpower is. What did you say, April? What did you say your superpower was?
That I'm a mirror reflector, that I'm able to walk away from situations. And then you said how real I am.
Yeah.
How honest and real I am.
What do you think about those?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's much so, yes. But like I say, I believe a little different than her. Because I see her grow up. She's very smart.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I know we took some of your time, so thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, love you, Mom. Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
She's so Asian. Oh my God. She's like, superpower.
You want to try? You want to try to call someone else?
Oh, I guess I can call Omari. He's one of my ex-boyfriends.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I thought you was talking about.
No, not my baby daddy. Oh no.
What is happening today?
Oh no, buddy.
Yeah, he can answer.
Yeah. Omari would answer.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
see. Let's just call. Just so you have two.
Hey,
Hey, good morning.
good morning. What's happening? You up early?
I am. I'm on a podcast, and I thought about calling you. So I have to call one person that kind of knows me, and they ask you a question. So is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
All right. Hey, how you doing? Sorry to bother you.
No problem. How you?
Good, good, good. So we're on this podcast, and I asked April a question, and now I want to ask you that same question. We want to see how they line up. And so, what do you think her superpower is?
Her personality.
Say more. Say more.
She's just got an electric personality. When she walks in the room, you feel it. Everybody knows it. And I think that's her greatest superpower.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's nodding. She's nodding back and forth. So I think she agrees.
I was like
with
listening, like, wait, what is he gonna say?
You. What do you think about that, April?
I mean, I think that's I'm a light.
Yeah.
I think I did say that.
Yes.
So thanks. Oh, and
I say no
this
problem.
is Omari, not Omarion. Just by the way. Okay. I just have to make that very clear.
Just to make it clear.
All right.
Thanks,
Well, we
friend.
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, because people are gonna be like, "Is that her baby daddy?" I think he'd say something quite different. I'm just playing. If I do say so myself, shall we call him? He won't pick up for me. I've been
That's a
trying that for
different-
a while.
That's a different podcast, right?
He'd be like, actually, yeah, I would like to share. She's just a rotten little. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. We are so not good.
So
That though, he said personality, but I think light is
yeah, I think no, but that's
but
I mean,
which
yeah,
lines up,
that's
yeah.
that's your aura. I mean, that's your aura. You make. I mean, I know you have all these different things, and I want to see the dark side.
Oh.
I mean, I'm saying that, but
Yeah.
maybe I don't. But because she just talked about my shiny head, so I mean, maybe I don't want to see that. But but I do think that
Yeah.
when you know people,
Mm-hmm.
I think people are more grounded when they've been through stuff, when they've made mistakes, when they've done things they shouldn't have done.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they come at the world is very different.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you come across to me. That's it. The light that he's talking about, personalities he's talking about, I think partly,
Yeah.
at least for me, is that you've been through things.
Mm-hmm.
So when, when you, like we said, when you're here for a reason. You've
Mhm.
been through some things where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go hang out with Moo for an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't mind being honest about those things.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to share all of what we've experienced because isn't that the purpose?
Yeah.
It helps someone else, or maybe if it's just one listening ear that's like, oh, well, I actually have been so angry my whole life.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this is how, and they can't get out of that. And then they can hear someone on a podcast who has a platform and that they respect, or maybe that you don't, but you can listen and be like, wow, like, I didn't think I liked her, but I like her now. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, how'd she get through that? Or like the world tore her to shreds and she still came out the mud. Like, how has she still got a great, energy and outlook on life?
Right.
You know?
which
And it's
goes
like-
back to your mirror reflecting.
Yeah, and it's
because
because,
people see themselves in you. You know what I mean? Because of all the things you
Yeah.
went through.
and I don't mind being beat up.
A lot of people can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think in the sort of the faith part of it to me is if you have gifts, if you have superpowers, and you're holding them back from the world, to me that's the sin. That's a sin.
Yeah, God didn't give us
Yeah.
all of these things,
Yeah.
the good things to not give them to other people.
Yeah.
I'm supposed
So
to.
so projects. What are things you're working on that you want people to? I mean, of course, they're going to go to your Instagram now. They're going to go to all. They're going to digest all things April. But what are projects you're working on that you're excited about?
Of course, movies, films. I just ended up coming off of a film called I Know Where You Live, and that was really fun and playful. I love that character. She was the vice president who's kind of being stalked by some people, and she has to discover, or the world has to discover what that looks like. So I'll just say that. But that was really fun. I had my little, bob, and so I felt very executive-like.
Yeah.
So that I'm working on.
When does that come out?
That maybe within the next 6 months because I have to edit.
Okay.
And then I'm working on a book
Okay.
that I've been writing.
And I got to get I got to
We
get
got a lot of
Right?
space.
Gotta
We
get
got a
the
lot of
sign.
space. We got a lot of
Like,
space.
see?
Yeah, we got a
Yeah,
lot
put
of
it over
space.
there behind you.
Yeah.
I love all these books in here, by the way.
Yeah.
And I love reading. So working on that, and more of like a self-help book.
Yeah.
Just called Wounds in the Way. I think I'm stationary on that name. Maybe
I like
maybe
that name though.
But just helping people not play that victim and kind of hearing my story within it and not feeling like they're alone. So they get to kind of read it. They get to have an area of journaling, mantras, and remedies and things that are going to kind of help uplift their spirit. And but they have to get raw and real. It's
Yeah.
real workbooks. It's going to be a real thing and some real work.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing. You got only way out is through.
Not
Okay.
superficial.
Only way out is through. You know what I mean? If you really want to get to the other
Yeah.
side, so I'm here to help you do the work, and really being vulnerable with my life and more of my life in that as well. So they'll read it and feel connected. What other things? Like just working on stuff because people always say I smell so good. They really do. They're like, well, your skin's glowing, April. And I'm like, I know. And they're like, you smell so good, April. And I'm like, I know. So I've been working on these like oils and shades.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm excited about coming out with this line and fitness. You see my muscles
Yeah,
popping,
yeah,
right?
I
You
see.
see like all of this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The tone,
Yeah.
tonation,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I see you
I'm-
grinding.
Yeah,
on
so
Instagram and-
anything that has to do with fitness,
Yeah.
wellness, encouraging, I'm in the space and being a creative. Oh, and I still work with my patients on a day-to-day basis.
That's
So
awesome.
that's it.
That's awesome.
That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
that
doing.
that's a lot. That's not light work. That's a lot
It's
of work.
not. Yeah,
So what would you say? So people are out there.
yeah.
They know they're listening to you now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going through whatever they're going through. I'm going to stop that real quick. That
Okay.
thought. The I'm a greater victim than you are thing is crazy right now in the world. Right? Everybody is a victim for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are victim because I make too much money. I'm a victim. Right? Like it's like, come on now, you ain't like.
Yeah.
And I think hearing real stories makes people realize, like, oh, what I'm going through either isn't that bad, or someone's going through it too, and I can go through it with them.
Mhm.
So going back to that, what would you tell those people that are out there that are going to buy your book when it comes out?
That claim they're victim.
No, that are going through something. That are
Oh.
going through something. And they don't know how. It's bad for them.
Oh,
But what would you say to them?
I'm really trying to think because the first thing I've wanted to say was the only way out is through, right? Which I
Yeah,
just said.
yeah.
But life gets better. It does, and it only gets better when you choose the kind of life you want to live. The way we live is our mentality, right? It's what you think. It's how you see yourself. It's how you want to show up every day. And I think like the work comes from you being that voice in your own head to say, I can do this. I'm going to see this through, and encouraging yourself. And I think that everything boils down to self. Once you do the work, you realize like, wow, I could have gotten through that. It didn't matter. It wasn't about nobody else outside of me. So if you can just see yourself and know that like if you're not in a good space, that it gets better. And once you really just kind of let all the other things, the outside noise, and the only noise that you hear is your only voice, your voice saying that you can do it, and you listen to that voice until you get what it is that you want, or whatever it is that you desire, that's all that matters.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like life is not going to be good. Life is sometimes bad. That is what it is. This is what comes with it. So to think you're going to wake up and every day be a glorious day.
Right.
is
Right.
insane to me. So how do you suffer? Can you suffer well? You know what I mean? Because we all go through our own suffering, but it's about how you pick yourself up,
Yeah.
how you hold yourself accountable in those moments. And no one's the victim. No one's the victim. Like at the end of the day, it's just about navigating through that, seeing it through and crossing over to the other side and utilizing whatever that was to be the best version of yourself that you want to be.
Wow. That's wow. So
That's
I need the book. I need the book. So
Yeah.
you got to let me know when it comes
I can't
out.
wait.
I'll sign it for you.
You better.
Matter of fact, I'm going to sign Moo's bald head.
Oh man.
Right here. Remember when
Yeah.
people used to do that? They like Michael Jackson
put my hand. Put my hand. Sign.
sign. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not a thing anymore, huh?
So I used to always tell people like,
It shouldn't
know,
be a thing anymore.
yeah, it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
It
people
shouldn't
got to
be.
stop.
But I used to tell people too, like normal days, what we think are normal. Like, a lot of people wait for things. Oh, I'm waiting for this day or this vacation.
Right.
Like when you're not enjoying the normal days, because when you have bad days, when people have cancer or they're sick, they only wish for the days that were normal, right? And so I think that's like when you're going through each day, I think, think about those normal days. But today is not a normal day because you're here. And I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you highlighting the fact that I didn't have enough powder on my head because unfortunately, I don't have any makeup. I don't do the makeup thing.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, but
It's a good
but seriously
thing.
though,
Can I say one
Yeah,
last thing?
yeah.
Have you guys seen the show called Famous Last Words?
yes.
Okay, and so it's people who obviously speak and say their last things before it's when they die and they
Yeah.
get to watch it. And so I really encourage people to like listen to people who are dying because they're obviously discovering what that looks like and they realize what life is like without all of the material because eventually their souls are going to go to the other side. And I think like for me, it's important to see when you hear these people who know they're exiting out is like really at the end of the day, all that we complain about and all of that we find to be big deals are so minuscule at the end of the day. And the only thing that really matters is love and the people that are the closest to you and, your kids if you have it, your mom, your like family, you know what I mean? And really like staying present, truly present in the moment, not thinking about where you're going to be in the future, not thinking about what was in your past, but right now, here, today, to stay present. So if there is anything that I can say to people is just to stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Like we got to stay more present. We be up in these things and all this.
Yeah.
We have to stay present. This is not real. People show you what they want you to see. Okay? It's not real. What is real is actually getting out there and interconnecting with people and having human connection. We got to get back to that. Speaking to people. Yesterday, I was here at the hotel. What did I do? I saw an Asian man running up on that treadmill throughout my whole workout. He ain't had no towel. That man was doing this. What did I do before I left? I went and grabbed a towel and I set it on his treadmill.
Oh, wow.
Because you pay attention, be aware, start giving, loving. He looked at me and said, wow, thank you. I said, uh-huh.
That was amazing.
So I'm saying stay present, love a little harder. Be crazy, be all the things that you want to be, because who gives a damn?
And the little things.
Yeah.
I mean, it took, 2 seconds to do that?
Yeah. And you made
And
it.
you might have made his day.
I'm just saying, he was sweating. He was dripping.
And quietly, he was dripping everywhere. And you're like,
That was
bro,
it.
you can't be dripping
I
everywhere.
said, but I know what that's like when you're a runner and
Yeah.
you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, and you forgot the towel.
And I'm like, oh no, we got to, I don't know. I think I want to love until I exit out.
Yeah,
I don't have to know you to do it.
Yeah,
You
that's amazing. So what did he do though? What did he do? He just said thank you. He had
He
to.
just smiled really.
Okay.
I think there was a part of him that was just like, wow. He of course, number one, not expecting it, but
Right.
then looking at me and being like, that was such a nice gesture,
Yeah.
and an act of kindness.
Yeah.
And I think he'll pay it forward, maybe, right? But you do these things so that like he knows what it feels like to have something done to him, and now maybe he'll do that same thing to somebody else and make somebody else's day.
I have one more question for you.
Sure.
Now that you said all that.
Okay.
So we had Leela Lee. Her book is right there
Okay.
next to
Little
you.
girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other book that I don't put up because I love the brand, but I'm nervous about putting it up. It's Angry Little Asian Girls, and that's what she started that brand. And she the whole cartoon is about the stereotypes for Asian women, and I thought about that, today.
Mm-hmm.
When we called your mom, and
Yeah.
do you think that has changed? Do you think that, because I love being Jamaican. I talk about it way too much.
Yeah.
I feel fundamentally my life is different
Mm-hmm.
because I have that heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that how did those heritages come together, and how do they make you different?
How does the heritage of Asian and Black come
Yeah,
together?
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
I gotta get on this.
I think we already went through that. She came from her
I'm
dad's.
so sorry. No, listen. What I was gonna say about
Yeah, they're doing
when you
construction
said
downstairs.
angry little Asian.
Yeah.
So when we called my mom, could you hear like the tonality of her voice?
yeah, no,
And so I believe like Asians, really the cultural difference to me with Asians is like it's very strict. Strict, right?
yeah.
So my mom is very loose with me. But then if I'm like on the phone and it's like, hold on, what do you mean? Someone's on here. Hey, I think da da da. And they're taught to be
right,
and they're taught to guard themselves and to
Right.
not share and to be
Yeah.
stoic.
Mm-hmm.
And I dealt with that my whole life. And I'm like, girl, loosen up.
Right.
It's okay. Whereas I feel like, Black people, there's some level of joy. A lot of Black people don't give two craps.
Right.
The side of my Black side, it's, put a lot of faith in God. They put their faith in helping people.
Yeah.
But my mom, growing up with my mom, it was always just so very linear. Just
Wow.
so
Actually,
I
now
get
that
what
you
you mean by like the angry little
Yeah.
Asian girls. It's like,
because and what she told us when she was here is that holding back, that being in that box that I
Yeah.
can't be myself, that's
eats away at
it
you.
eats away at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a book
She'll
called.
be with us, by the way, at the LA
At
Book
LA,
Festival.
yeah, we'll
Oh,
see.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
If you
So-
should check it out.
Okay, I read a book called What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu. And she's Asian. And oh my, did you read it, Melissa? Because I told Melissa to read. And she speaks about her trauma and the culture of being Asian and what her mom and her dad did to her growing up because of how they were raised. And it is, your culture really is a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? In
Yeah.
Asian culture, they are very hard. They are taught to almost some people would say if you meet a lot of Asians, my mom didn't tell me that they love me. They don't know how to show and express themselves or express emotions. You can't come up to an Asian mother and be like, Mom, so can you tell me about that? They're not talking to you about the sex and things. No, no,
Right.
no,
Right.
eat. Nope. Yep. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat. Why are you trying to stuff me? I just need to be seen. I just need to be heard. Like, you're not getting that most of the time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love the other comment she made though was that I think that you're loving and
Yeah.
that you're smart. I think that was to me, and I think something where I feel connected to you is that your mind is I don't think people are going on Instagram frankly and looking at you and saying
Yeah.
her mind. Although
yeah.
the post that we shared together,
Yes.
people are like blown away. People are blown away. But I think the fact that she said smart,
Yeah.
that's a part. And I don't know if I can, if any advice I can give to you, it's just that I just want to see more of that.
Thank you.
I think you being out there, with the book and with other things, you have so many things to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think right now that people are trying to digest you in that way.
Yeah.
We need to let them know.
Yeah.
We need to let them know.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can also, we can do a commercial for, I don't know, what is it, Hims or, for the hair thing.
Yeah.
And you can just make fun of me the whole time.
Yeah.
And that'll be the commercial. I think it'll go viral.
What do you think?
Hey, we
You
got,
don't know. You don't
work
need
on
no
that.
if y'all
Hims.
out
Let's work on
there,
that.
He don't
we-
need no Hims. He don't need no hers or none of that. He looks great.
I guess
Moo,
this,
Moo
I just
is
get
mooing.
I just get a little shea butter
That's
and,
it.
and rub
I'ma
it on.
bring- That's it. I'm coming with it,
Hey,
and I'm gonna bring.
I will.
And watch, I bet you he's gonna get all people coming to him like, "Wow, your head smells number one good."
No.
But then they're gonna be like, "It's so shiny.
And I'll say,
What do you do? Do you buff that
yeah,
thing?
and I'm gonna
Like
say,
nails, when they
yeah,
buff it?
Yeah, and I'm like, yes, I use Apryl Jones shea butter.
Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, walking commercial.
Oh,
I love that for you. We love
Awesome.
that for you. I'll get you some too, okay?
I'll take it.
You got good feet? All right.
Let's
That
not
was
talk
enough
about that.
said. Yep. We're going to get that for the feet. So you're going to put some on your feet. You're going to put some socks on. And at night, when you wake up in the morning, you don't have to use any lotion.
There you
know what I
go.
mean?
I think my wife would love that. Yeah.
Yes. I just brought their whole relationship. in.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
me
you
later.
Go ahead. So wait, you got a text from your mom? What's
Yeah,
okay?
she texts me when we're nearly done. Can you tell the gentleman I say also your superpower is your tenacity? I was half asleep, can't find the right words for it now. I got it. Laugh out loud. Okay, enjoy your broadcast. April. My mom does not say my name is April. It's April. I said, Mom, was I really named April? That's a whole other thing. But anyway, thanks, Mom.
That's
I love
That's
you.
a good way.
That's
to close
awesome.
it.
All right, so, there's something I'd want to ask,
Okay.
and I'm nervous. I know that you said you're an open book, but what is there something you can tell us? Right, tell all them less than 1%ers out there something on this podcast that you've never told any. Well, maybe you told a couple people, but you never said it in a public
Publicly.
forum.
Well, if I could think of something, I've saved some lives. One of them happened to be Tay. And we were in, it's so funny because this video went viral, and I'll send it to you because you might want to slice this in here.
Okay.
But we were in Bora Bora, and this was a funny video where he was like, Bora, Bali, Bora, and that went, but we literally did that video right before he almost died. It's not even funny. And so we shot that video. We're in the jacuzzi, which, it's in, not Tahiti, I'm sorry, Bora Bora, and it's like the little huts that are on the water.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
happen to have the hut in the back. So the further you walk back, the deeper the water gets, right? But they let you go into the ocean water at your discretion. So the water looks still. I mean, it was beautiful, a beautiful sunny day. We're looking at the water, but something in my spirit didn't feel right. And he's like, we should jump into the ocean. And I was like, no, we shouldn't jump into the ocean. Like, I don't feel really good about this. He's like, no, I know you have a fear of the water and this. And I'm like, no, Tay, I really just don't want to go into the ocean. Like, something is not sitting right with me. And he's like, come on. So I listened to him. And it literally was like one ledge was here, the next ledge was like this. And he stood, if you come off and jump off, here to the left is the ladder. So I
Yeah.
was closest to the ladder.
Yeah.
He wasn't. So we jump off, and I'm a good swimmer. I swam back, got off, and I see him just still here and where he jumped off. He's like literally floating. And so I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, man, this man swim. And so I see him kind of swimming, but he's not moving. And then he
Oh,
like
he's in the
looks up
current.
and he's still like doing this. And I said, my stomach drops at that point. I'm like, Tay, swim. And he's like, I am swimming. And I'm like, oh no. So of course my like medical stuff comes into place, and I'm like, dum 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 dum.
Did you hear the music?
I
while it-
promise
Yeah.
you, it was that song. Dum 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 dum.
Came
Right?
with a soundtrack and everything.
Right. So I'm like looking, and I'm like, where's a floaty? What? No floaty. I said, oh my gosh. I like ran out to the front. No buoy, no floaty. I'm like, what is happening? I come outside. I kid you not. This man has went from here all the way out. And he's just struggling. And I'm thinking to myself, at any moment, he is going to sink below and I'm not going to be able to see him. So I was like, okay, I was in my head thinking, I can go out here. I'm a good swimmer. I can go out to him. I can bring him back. Thank God I didn't do that because we would have both died. I'm not even kidding. Something told me to just go back into the room. I tried to call the front desk. No one answered. I opened the closet. It was 2 life jackets. I only grabbed one. I jumped as fast as I could into the water, swam out to him, and I gave him the life jacket. I said, now come on, let's swim. He was so tired. At this
wow.
point, now I'm thinking I'm going to die because I'm like,
Yeah.
this jacket isn't going to hold us both up.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I realized it was holding us up. And then someone obviously came to save us. But that was the scariest thing that I ever experienced, because the first thing that flashed in my mind was my daughter and my son.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, I'm about to die. And what is that going to, I can't go out like this. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way. So that happened, right? And another time, and I'm always out the country. What is up?
Yeah.
The other time I was in Costa Rica, we were drinking, waiting for these people to go on these ATVs. We should have never drank. That was the problem. So while we were waiting, we had a couple little shots. We came back, got on our ATVs. We go up the mountain. Everything's fine. It's beautiful. I'm with my girl, Connor. We come down, and she's just like smoking down, like, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh boy, this isn't going to end well. She was going way too fast. Next thing you know, literally was a puff of dust. And I'm like, oh, and then the bike is rolling with nobody on it. And I'm like, Connor! Connor! And I like literally jump off my bike. She's in a ditch. She's like, oh, my breast implants. And I'm like, oh. So I go up and I'm trying to touch. Everything's fine. I go down, I'm checking her body. I'm like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? She has a branch, a whole tree, right through her shin. I'm like,
Ouch.
and she's not complaining about that.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm down there trying to like get as much as I can out, and then I'm realizing like, wow, like no, this is in there. This is in her leg. Like you're gonna have to do some surgery to remove this, right? Are you gonna get some gangrene up in there, right?
Yeah.
So we end up going to the hospital. They didn't speak clearly. Our language was really hard. They did the X-rays, which I read, so I was able to see it and look at it. And then they put her on the table, and I'm like looking at them doing it, and I'm like, this is not right. You guys are not doing this right. They were willing to, they didn't cut the skin part, so it's like you couldn't see what was still left. I said, no, you gotta cut the skin. You gotta open it up to make sure that all the tree is out. Thank God. I said, So I ended up scrubbing in. Believe it or not, in Costa Rica, I scrubbed in, believe it or not. She said, no, I only trust her. I put my gloves on. I literally took a scalpel and cut open her leg. We numbed it. I opened it up and got literally all of the tree out of her leg and then sewed her up. You cannot make this up.
Wow.
I am no surgeon.
Wow.
I am no surgeon. I am nobody's doctor.
And did they?
But that day, I was. And I didn't have to go to school. I take no tests to be all that I wanted to be. I became a doctor that day. I became a doctor.
So what? I just have to ask. What were the other doctors doing? What were they? They just
looking at me, and then they were just because they saw that I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
And so they were like, "Okay." Like literally, it was like once I sewed her up, they were just like, "Great."
Wow.
And they let us go. They saw I was in that thing.
Okay,
I was like,
I don't think you should go out of the country anymore.
anyone that knows me on my page and follows me, the reason why I travel alone is because I am sick of saving lives. It's a joke, but no, like I travel by myself, and maybe that's partial reason because every time I travel with someone, it's always some horror story.
Drama. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that's my story and my journey.
Well, first you heard it first on Less Than 1%.
Yes.
Never let them tell you can't. You are undeniable. You are undefeatable. You are the less than 1%.